Hello everyone, thank you for stopping by the Chill Corner. It is your favorite Space Cat Fervorous here with another guide video. Now last week we did a guide video on 86% potency, and if you haven't checked it, the link will be in the description. I recommend you do before watching this one, so you can actually get a taste of the quality of video I'd like to put out. As for this video, everything that could go wrong literally did. And heck, I'm gonna be honest, there are several times where I almost scrapped the idea and just threw it away. But I stuck to my Space Cat guns, and here I am. So before I get into the meat of the video, I just really, that's pretty much what I wanted to say, right? Do not expect a video of the quality of it last week. Everything that could go wrong while making this video did, including but not limited to real life issues, taking away some of the time I already didn't really have, me not knowing anything about a hunter, or like, you know, having limited information on add-on skills. There's a lot of information that was new to me and I never calculated before, and I didn't include in the slideshow. The slideshow I had to rush to throw together, so it's not the best quality. And when I made a recording that I really liked and thought was really good, it turns out that that specific recording did not record my mic audio, and I had to start over from scratch. So here I am doing a quick one take, hoping I nail it on the first try, you know. And yeah, we're just gonna wing it here. So again, forgive me. Forgive me for so many things. Forgive me for the intro being so long. Forgive me for the quality being so poor. And I swear to God, I don't think I'm ever gonna make a tank video like this again, unless some new crazy information comes up that makes it worthwhile making a video. So let's get into it, right? Let's get into all the layers of pain and suffering that I had to endure making this video. And thank you guys so much for putting up with it. Forgive me. This is going to be a bumpy ride. Boom! Here it is. The start of the video. The augments, what we're here for. The meat of the video. And as you can already see here, it is going to hurt your wallet way more than a DPS format, right? So I just consolidated all the augments onto one slide because you don't really need a slide for melee, precision, or attack. We're going for damage resistance, not DPS. So we don't have to break into it. And fortunately, all these augment prices for each three stat type seem to average out to be around the same price, right? So all the Giga stat 3 seem to be around 5,000, all the Gua stats seem to be around 2,000, so on and so forth. Now, one thing I will say about augment prices right now, the market is very volatile, at least on ship 1, and these prices have been fluctuating, going up and down like crazy all week. So just keep that in mind. These are the prices as of right now, today, making this video. And they can be higher or lower depending on your ship and what time of day it is and whatnot, and how much people want these augments. So don't come after me if they're more expensive than what they're shown here. That is a high possibility. Now for the augments themselves, you have Giga Stat 3, you have Threadkeeper 3, Form, Soul, Machiny, or Stand 4, Gua Stat, and Super Stamel, Star Rush, Star Tech 1. Something about Form Soul I want to say before I get into how to farm them. Form Soul 3 is a viable augment too. It gives you the same damage resistance as Soul 4. It's just Soul 4 gives you a little bit more potency. Not that we need a lot of potency for this build, but you want to have as much as you can get your hands on anyway. So if you can get Soul 4, you might as well go for it. And for those of you who might be confused, which one is melee, precision, tech? It's top to bottom. Soul is melee, Machine is precision, and Sand is tech. Right? Okay, well there you go. And then you have Gua Stat and the super ones. The super ones are the biggest pain in the world to grind for. More on that later, right? So first of all, to farm Gigas and Dread, very self-explanatory. You just go, Dries and Plant, fight Gigas, fight Dreads, get Infernium on the side as you do it, boom, end of story, there you go, have a nice day. Now, Form Soul, you kill Formers. There you go, easy as that, kill Formers, depending on what region, what level they are, what type they are, etc., will depend on what forms Soul drops for you. So, pause the video if you have to, screenshot this, I'll have a link to the augments in the description below as well, so just keep that in mind. Again, you can get 3 instead of 4. You don't have to get 4, but don't get 2 or 1. You'll be missing out on damage resistance, and you need damage resistance for this build to work. Here are the Gua Mites. Gua Mites and all the other ones on this list are fused augments, so you need Megas Fusia and a bunch of other things. If I could be honest here, if you're going to buy any of the 5 augments, buy these. Don't even bother grinding for them. there's so many complicated steps in my opinion. I could be wrong, but from what it looks like on paper, it seems like a lot to grind for, and they're really cheap in the market. Nobody wants the Gua, Mites, Precision Protects, so just buy them. Just buy them. You can't go wrong with buying them, right? They're really cheap. They're in high abundance. You can't go wrong. Now, here's where you're going to cry. Here's your super augments. Now you understand why this is painful. I spent 400k to get 40 of these. I am not doing Cannonball Rush. I don't know who wants to do Cannonball Rush, but you know what? If you want to be a tank, do Cannonball Rush. It's kind of crazy that, like, Sega sleeps on tanking so hard, and they make one of the best augments for tanking. Not even a super like Guamel or anything, mind you, right? Like, they couldn't give us a Guamel, they had to give us a Stamel, and the only way to freaking get it is to go and grind this stupid Cannonball Rush that no one likes. I am so sorry for being negative here. I don't, if you guys actually like Cannonball Rush, forgive me, but I despise it. I would rather do field races, and I hate field races. So either fork out the 400k or start grinding at Cannonball Rush with some friends. Because if you want the Super Stamels, you're going to have to commit. It is one of the best augments for the build, unfortunately. Right? So, speaking of the build, do we have a best weapon? Originally, I was going to say, no, just swing it. Use whatever weapon you want. Go for it. It doesn't matter. It's not the increased damage resistance anyway, right? Wrong! Obsidia increases your damage resistance at potential unlock. That's right. Obsidia is actually viable in this build, and that was a surprise to me. I figured this out by accident, just using my Obsidia for the build, because I had it sitting around, right? I was like, okay, I don't want to buy a weapon. I'm just going to use Obsidia. Boom, done and done. I unlocked its potential, and then realized that when you score a critical hit, you gain 20% damage resistance for 20 seconds, which is freaking insane. That is, like, inadvertently the best thing I could have come across making this video. And honestly, if it wasn't for Obsidia, I probably wouldn't be making this video. I would have scrapped the idea and said it wasn't worth it. But because of Obsidia, it's worth. It's actually worth. And this is where the excitement kicks in. This is why I decided to even make this video today, because of Obsidia. Thank you, Obsidia, for actually finding a use in my inventory as of today. You can grab these at Orbital Tower rank 7. If you run it with your main class, you get it S rank completion. You'll get the weapons for your main class. For example, me being a Braver main, finishing Orbital Tower rank 7 with an S rank, I got a Obsidia katana and a bow, both enhanced to plus 40 already, which is really, really nice. We're not gonna go into the enhanced cost, the potential unlock cost, none of that. You can see that on the screen. You can screenshot it, right? We gotta move on with the video, but that potential unlock though, really, really nice. And as far as critical hits go, 10% on top of your default 5 is 15%. With the add-on skills for Braver, you can actually increase this to about 20 to 25% and score a critical hit every 4 to 5 hits, which means that, you know, 40 seconds out of a minute, you're basically stacking an extra 20% damage resistance off rip from this alone. Then there's an Eptize armor, the best armor around for tanking as of this video. It gives you 55 plus HP by default. It has a higher defense than any of the other armors I've seen thus far. Cheap in the market, and if you grab a Fixed Guard 1 or higher, that's even more damage resistance. You can grind these at the Stia combat zones, and honestly, the Stia combat zones, the new one that's coming out, might actually make this weapon over here, the Obsidia katana or sword, whatever you're using, that much better, because when the new region comes out, the new combat zone comes out, we're going to get Arms Refiner 2s, which will allow us to increase our potential to 5. And if you remember from the 1 to 6 star weapons, when we increased their potential to 5, not only did they increase potency, but they increased the other stats as well. So damage resistance will probably go up to 25 or even 30% of an increase when its effect is active, which is freaking insane. That is already 1/3 damage negated, right? But that's not viable now. That's not relevant now. In like a month from now, though, oh my god, it's gonna be amazing for a tank build, right? And now, speaking of tank build, we gotta look at the damage resistance. Not me double clicking on the slides here. We gotta look at the damage resistance, right? So here's how the damage resistance plays out. With all the augments, you gain 6.5 damage resistance per weapon and armor, multiply it by 4 for a total of 26% damage resistance. And of course, Fixed Guard can increase these even further. For me, I have 3 Fixed Guard 1s, so I have 29%. Just by default. And at first, that was it. At first, that was the damage resistance. I went and fought Gigas, got collapsed, and said, you know what? Tanking sucks. we're scrapping the idea. That was like the fourth time I said that, right? That was the fourth time I said that. But then I remembered the food buff. That was an extra 10%. And then I discovered Obsidia, which is an extra 20%. So all combined, that is 56% damage resistance. And as far as the food buff goes, you want to get robust vegetables, not just normal vegetables, because robust vegetables gives you 50% HP recovery increase for your region effect. So make sure you get robust vegetables so you can get the 50% HP up on recovery as well. That is going to go a long way into helping your build maximize to the top. So before I go on to the next slide, again, kind of relating back to the intro of this video, I want to say that as far as like information that's new to me and I didn't currently have offhand ready to go on, I did not have enough time to research Hunter and add-on skills. I did not do enough research into add-on skills nor into Hunter abilities to really have a full grasp on what I'm talking about here, so there's a high chance I'm missing information. Fortunately, the information I'm missing will probably make the build even better than what I'm telling you it is. So, you know, it can only get better, not worse. It's not like I'm withholding information that will make the build worse, right? You know, it's going to make it better. So for those of you who know how to use Hunter abilities or whatnot and understand the add-on skills and the math and the numbers better, please let me know. In a follow-up video, I will cover that in the future. I will probably do another tank video when a new steer region comes out, or a combat zone, so that I can show you guys just how effective tanking can be after that is available. So without further ado, let's get to that class slide, right? Let's get to that slide. So you want to have a Hunter main class and Braver sub. You could probably do other combinations, but for me, this was the best tank setup I could find, right? You want to invest your skill points, if you haven't already, in Warcry, Hunter Physique, and all related effects to make it better. So, quick cycle for Hunter Physique and whatnot, for example. Hunter Physique on a main class Hunter gives you 70% damage negation. I believe from how it's worded, that means on 56%, right? Let's write it up to 60. Let's say I have 60% damage resistance, right? And I'm negating 70% damage with Hunter Physique active on top of that. That means 20% of that 40 damage I'm taking is now negated, which means I'd be taking 12% damage with Hunter Physique active. That seems to add up. You'll see in the video later that when I get attacked by Gigas and I have Hunter Physique active with all the damage resistance up to 56%, I do seem to only take around 10 to 15% of the damage I would have taken, which is absolutely insane. But like I said in the beginning of the video and now, my knowledge on the Hunter class and add-on skills is limited, so forgive me if I'm missing information. If anything, I believe it could only be better and not worse. And speaking of add-on skills, right? Skipping over the Braver skill. The Braver skill is pretty self-explanatory. Just focus on counters and your rest assign recovery amount. And also, there's a skill in Braver I don't think I mentioned here that that when you get knocked down and you quick recover back up, you heal, which will make that HP recovery rate increase even better. So you want to invest in that skill as well, right? But for the add-on skills, you want to focus on Braver and Tector first. Braver for the critical rate up, which means more Obsidia potential buff moments. You want to have Resta up as well and HP up. And for Tector, you want to have damage resistance up and then either poison or HP up. Doesn't matter which of the two for those last two, but you want damage resistance up. If I'm not mistaken, level 20 damage resistance up would probably be another 10% on top of your 56%, which would be 2 throws damage negated, because that's just insane. If we take into account that the Arms Refiner 2's level 5 potential will probably bring us up another 10%, that means like, what? You're only taking a quarter damage at max a month from now, but we'll get into that a month from now when that's viable. We won't focus on that now, right? As far as any other add-on skills, you want to focus on anything that increases the defense, HP, or likewise. The only defense I say don't increase is your down defense. You want to get knocked down, honestly, because when you recover, you gain HP. So you want to get knocked down, because with Gigas, you know, maybe not, but when you're fighting other enemies, you're basically getting healed for free. They're healing you on hit almost. It feels illegal. And then the last slide, total cost. There you go, 2.08 million Meseta for all Auugments, potential lock, and a fixed enhance. I didn't go into too much detail on this slide because I did earlier in one of the first slides how much it costs for all of that. But for Obviously, on Obsidia, it's 700k for the potential unlock, and then you know, about so much for the augment cost, and like so you're spending about 900k on the sword and like affixing and enhancing alone, and then with the armor enhancing too, that's another like 40 to 50k. So so half of this 2 million is the unavoidable cost of affixing and enhancing and potential unlocking, and then the other million is if you just buy all the augments straight, no grinding. You just buy them all. You say to hell with grinding, which you shouldn't do, because by the time you're watching this video, you probably have half the augments you need anyway. You probably won't spend 2 million. It's just like the last video where I said that, you know, you probably won't spend the price you see here, but this is the most you're probably looking to spend if you had to. And yeah, that's it. That's the slideshow. All that's really left to do is to show you guys the build in action. So I have 2 videos for today. One of me fighting Gigas, and one of me fighting a vet and his cronies. So let's look at the Giga video first, right? And first, I let myself get hit with my 36% damage resistance, the 26% from the armors and weapons, and 10% from the food buff. Then I go and score a critical hit. I have a critical hit rate of about 20 with my add-on skills and the potential and whatnot. So this is with 56% damage resistance. You see me taking hits there. The damage I'm taking there. I heal. Then I activate Hunter Physique, and it's just insane. Look at how many hits I'm tanking with Hunter's Physique. And after Hunter's Physique runs out, you actually get 3 temporary shields on a main class for Hunter. I hope I explain this good. Basically, on Hunter, when you have your Hunter's Physique run out, as long as it's your main class, you get 3 temporary shields. You lose 1 shield per hit, and it basically gives you that 70% less damage from the Hunter's Physique after the effect runs out, up to so many hits. It's a really nice skill to have. I'm pretty sure there's like a time limit to when it degrades and runs out. Like I said, I don't really know how Hunter works, so feel free to correct me in the comments. My ears are open. I'm willing to learn. Like, please tell me if I'm missing anything here. But as you can see here, I'm pretty much nigh indestructible. Like, if I'm careless, yeah, they will kill me, and they'll kill me easily. If they get a bunch of chain hits on me, it's still possible to die. But all my buffs active and Hunter's Physique on, it's pretty hard to do. And my Rest Assign pretty much heals me for full. As you can see in this video, I pretty much get beaten down to no health. Like, right here, I have, like, minimal health, right? And then I healed and got all of it back. With that HP recovery up for the Braver add-on skills, and also for its Rest Assign recovery for its actual skills, and then the food buff region match increase, and you gain so much HP, it should be illegal. It should honestly be illegal. And you can see here, I get beaten down to near death several times, pop 1 Rest Assign, and I'm healed. I'm healed right off the bat from that. If only tanking was good for true endgame content, such as like purple triggers or whatnot, this would be so like viable. Now let's look at me fighting vets, right? It's a shorter video, don't worry. But look, I don't even do anything. I only hit to gain my 20% damage resistance increase when the Obsidia weapon cooldown is over. Other than that, I'm just popping Hunter's Physique and letting him hit me. And look, I don't even use Rest Assign here. I don't even use Rest Assign. I just get knocked down. I purposely let myself get knocked down so I can heal. I'm healing for more than they can damage me. Kind of sounds like Sora Online now, doesn't it? Yeah, you are literally indestructible to anything that isn't a Giga. Unless you're just extremely careless and don't keep an eye on your HP and don't micromanage your Hunter's Physique and other abilities. Yeah, as long as it's not a Giga, you're basically unbeatable. Yes, it will take longer for you to kill them, which is why this isn't viable for purple triggers or anything. But fighting anything in an open exploration or a combat zone, you're pretty much unstoppable. It's insane. And then imagine, right? You're fighting Gigas by yourself or with a bunch of friends. They get one shot, they're dead. You take like a third of your health away and you laugh at the Giga. That's insane. I did try to make a video fighting Doldoris out in the wilds. But when I went out while there was a storm, he just did not show up at all. And yeah, we're pretty much done here. You know, other than Doldoris being a coward and not showing up, there's nothing left to cover. So thank you guys so much for stopping by. I love and appreciate all of you. And thank you again. Thank you again. I cannot stress enough. I am not proud of the format and quality of this video, of how I had to produce it and how rushed I was. with having to do it. And yeah, just if I'm missing any info at all, which I probably am, you want to teach you a little bit more about Hunter or something, this is a learning experience for me as well, not just for you guys. So please let me know. I'll keep my eyes and my ears open, and I'll take any constructive criticism you guys have to give me. And if you want more content, make sure to check out my Twitch, make sure to check out my Discord, make sure to check out all of my socials. I stream almost every day, except when real life gets in the way, like I did this week. But I'll be back to normal streaming schedule next week. Take care. Much love to you all. Take care of yourselves, your friends, your family, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.
Give me a sign.
I mean, spawning on top of you. That's a sign. I think you got what you wanted, Drag. I'll see you later.